Hey Padres fans, it's time to keep the 4th of July celebrations rolling on this brand new episode of Padres POV. Tonight, we take a ride to Petco Park with the newest Padre, Robert Stock, and he shares his journey to the big leagues as well as his favorite 4th of July memories. Plus, we learn who the real grill master is, Travis Jankowski or Don Orsillo. And we sit down with Tom Seidler and talk about the many ways the Padres salute our military. This is a red, white, and new Padres POV, and it all starts right now. Hey everyone, welcome to a brand new episode of Padres POV. I'm Lisa Lane. We are still riding the wave of excitement following the 4th of July celebrations here in San Diego. One of the best places to watch the Big Bay Boom was right here on the USS Midway behind me. But before we get into more of our celebrations surrounding the holiday and our incredible military, let's get to know a Padre that is new to San Diego, Robert Stock, who was recently called up by the Padres to make his Major League debut. Hey Robert.
Lisa, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Thanks for giving me a ride to the ballpark.
My pleasure.
Do you even know your way around yet? Like how?
No, so you might have to
Yeah,
guide me.
let's hope we don't get lost heading to the game. It's probably been a whirlwind for you. You get called up. How's the adjustment been so far?
Oh my gosh, every day, just like you said, is a whirlwind, but it's a dream come true, you know. So I showed up to the ballpark and I couldn't be happier to play baseball. Like I'm, 8 years old playing Little League.
So you're a California kid. You grew up in Westlake. So is it cool to be here with the Padres on the West Coast?
Yeah, it could be better. My family has been able to come to all these home games. They were up in San Francisco when we were there, so it's a dream come true.
What do you remember about your debut? Did you have nerves or were you able to kind of get locked in really quickly?
I was able to get locked in, but I remember the moment that Darren Balsley, the pitching coach, told me that I was done pitching. Then, you let your guard down, the walls come down, you're like, oh my gosh, what just happened? That was crazy.
And one thing I thought was cool is we've heard the story about you and Eric Hosmer playing Little League against each other.
Yeah.
Now you guys are in the same clubhouse. What's that like?
Oh, it's great. Well, not to spill the beans on Hosmer, but when he was younger, he was a little, chubby, not that tall kid. And then I see him again all these years, and he's a 6'5" giant that crushes. Well, he always crushed home runs, but his frame changed, and
That's so funny.
Yeah.
And then I want to talk a little bit about your family. Did one of your brothers play baseball too?
Yeah, Richard, he got drafted by the Indians, and he played
cool.
as a catcher in the organization for a couple of years. And then we got to play together on the same team when we were both playing in independent ball.
Oh my gosh, how fun was that?
That was amazing. That was in 2016 for the New Jersey Jackals.
I know, again, you've told this story before, but it's just so unique. At one point when you were out of the system, your fiance helped you put up a YouTube video.
Yes.
How crazy is that to be rediscovered, I should say, through a YouTube video? And did you even expect that?
Yeah, I had spent the entire season playing independent ball, so I'm going, no one's called me or, wants me anymore, but let's just put up a YouTube video. I'm throwing harder. Well, actually, it was my fiance that suggested that we do it because she had seen all the improvements that I had made, and she knew that other people need to see it too. And so she got her camera out, and there we go.
Yeah, and then you became a YouTube sensation. And how many calls do you think you got? Like, how long did it take for a first call to come in?
Well, I got a bunch of, comments from other players saying, go get him. But within 24 hours, I had been called by multiple, major league teams. So that was really exciting.
That's exciting. And then just back to your family a little bit. How much have they meant to you in this whole process? I'm sure it took a lot of support from their end while you were grinding it out through these last 10 years.
Yeah, I can't speak enough to the support that my family has given me. Number one fan is my dad, and calling him after every game, good or bad, and always being supportive figure for me. And then now that I'm here, being able to share this experience with my family makes it 10 times better.
More from my ride-along with Robert Stock later in the show. But first, we catch up with Padres fans at Petco Park to talk everything 4th of July. Check it out.
Today is Coast Guard Appreciation Day with the San Diego Padres here at Petco Park, so we're getting a bunch of Coasties out there on the baseline and kind of celebrating the Coast Guard being in the city, and you know, we'll have a little opening ceremony and get recognized and then enjoy the game.
Sometimes it's a trial being a Padres fan, but we love them anyway, and we love that they have such a connection with the military.
It's an amazing experience to be here with San Diego, being with the Navy town, military town, and we just love it and being able to support our Padres and the military.
You definitely feel the love from the city in general, and when the Padres welcome us into their stadium and recognize us, it really feels good. It makes us, you know, feel appreciated.
I think the 4th of July reminds us of the best of what this country can be, that we come from a heritage that welcomes people and a heritage that stands up for what's right.
4th of July, it's our independence. I mean, it's a day to go crazy, day to celebrate independence and, you know, everything that's great about this country.
Even though I was born in this country, I'm so grateful that my mother made that trip across the ocean and that I had the opportunity to be born in the greatest nation in the history of the planet.
4th of July, it's celebrating America's independence. So for us, it's celebrating America and our identity as being a free country that allows us to pursue our dreams and do it safely as well. That's what we do. That's why we serve, and it's it's an important holiday to recognize.
This 4th of July edition of Padres POV is just heating up. Just ahead, Robert Stock shares his favorite 4th of July memory.
Huge water balloon fight for, you know, an hour long with all the city members. So.
Wow, sign me up for that. Plus, Don Orsillo and Travis Jankowski tell us what they're cooking up this 4th of July weekend.
Something that obviously I didn't cook, something that, you know, my wife helped me with.
But first, it's time for your Friar Fun Fact. On July 4th, 1999, the Padres created some fireworks against the Rockies, collecting 17 hits and 4 home runs. The Friars would go on to win 11-0 that day, the highest scoring game in franchise history on our nation's birthday.
I'd like to thank everyone serving our country for letting us enjoy the 4th of July in peace at home and playing baseball today.
Thank you guys for all you do. I mean, we couldn't be out here doing what we're doing without your help and without your support, and we all got your backs here in America.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Padres POV. I'm Lisa Lane, taking in the gorgeous views down by the USS Midway. When you celebrate the 4th of July, you have to enjoy some good barbecue. So I caught up with Don Orsillo and Travis Jankowski in a special Player Meets Grill event at Perch in La Jolla. Take a look. All right, Don and Travis, so today you guys were here grilling up things at Perch. How much fun was it for you guys to do this together today?
I had a great time. This was awesome. I really enjoyed it. I got to use some new stuff that I've never used before, and it was fun. It was great. It was great seeing all the Padres fans coming out to see us, so it was a lot of fun.
Now, how do you think you did as his right-hand guy?
I think Don kind of mastered that grill right there. We got the guy who needs to whip up the burgers, so I was kind of there if you needed a spatula or anything like that, and we're so mingling with the great people who came in today.
So obviously 4th of July is here. Would you say
Yeah.
you're the one manning the grill, or is it not you clearly?
Definitely not me.
I probably met on the grill a little bit. I enjoy it. I mean, it's fun for me. It's like, you know, the downtime during the season. I just enjoy cooking a lot. So especially the grill and being outside is great, especially in San Diego.
So what's your go-to barbecue food?
I actually go a lot with fish. I do a lot of salmon. Salmon's probably the best thing I do on the grill, I would say, for the most part, and veggies.
What would your go-to food be?
Something that obviously I didn't cook. Something that my wife helped me with, or something like that. But 4th of July, we like to keep it with burgers, hot dogs, sausages, stuff like that. Just hearty American food.
Now I want to point out, he has this fancy apron here.
This is, my own. I thought I brought it today because I had a feeling I was going to need it. I'm glad I did because I did. So it worked out.
So what does he need to do to finally get his own apron?
I'm going to get him one. That's my plan, is to buy him one. That's what I'm going to do next, because he's really good at this, actually. He's really, he kind of understated how good he was at this.
Oh, okay, so he's giving himself a hard time. He's being a tougher critic.
No, he's pretty close to being a chef. Very, very close.
Thanks, Don.
Yeah, no problem.
Well, I think the next step is you have to invite Travis over for some cooking lessons.
Got it. I no problem. That can be done. I'm going to get him an apron, too, while we're at it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, guys. This was fun today. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Lisa.
Coming up, we have your Padres Plays of the Week.
Hunter Renfroe gets his 5th of the year. This one got out of here in a hurry.
Plus, we continue our ride-along with the newest Padre, Robert Stock, and learn about his personal ties to the military.
Anytime that we go over to his house, we want to show us your travel logs or, your medals or whatever. He's got it all there.
But first, it's time for your Padres POV trivia. How many years did Robert Stock spend in the minors before he made his Major League debut? Is it A, 8 years, B, 10 years, or C, 12 years? We'll have your answer when we come back on Padres POV.
Happy 4th of July. I'd like to thank all the service members and their families for sacrificing every single day so that we can go out here and play baseball.
I just want to say thank you to all the military out there, everyone who's serving our country. To be able to celebrate a day like this with America's pastime is such a great opportunity, and we appreciate everything you guys do so much.
Welcome back to Padres POV. Before the break, we asked you, how many years did Robert Stock spend in the minors before he made his Major League debut? Let's go to Robert for the answer.
I spent 10 years playing minor league baseball before I could get my call-up with the Padres.
San Diego sports fans, if you haven't already, be sure to check out Fox Sports San Diego's original show, Inside San Diego Sports. It airs every Tuesday, and this week catch a special sit-down between the two closers, Trevor Hoffman and Brad Hand.
These guys are learning and getting a chance to watch what it means to be a professional and post every day, to not always feel completely 100% when you're going out there. What kind of gratification you get is kind of a leadership type of role, passing things on to them.
I'm not the most vocal person, but I kind of try to just lead by example and try to do things the right way.
Of course, if you want to keep up with all of the latest videos, shows, and articles, make sure to check out foxsportssandiego.com. And now it's time to see who put on their own fireworks show in our special Padres Plays of the Week.
Beautiful day for baseball on this 4th of July. Hope you enjoy the holiday and the ball game.
Third, pick nice on the backhand by Villanueva. Good throw. Nice play by Christian Villanueva. Talk about pretty. Hunter Renfroe gets his 5th of the year. This one got out of here in a hurry. And that ball is gone. Home run. Up on top of the scoreboard. Christian Villanueva with his 17th home run of the year. High drive, deep left field for Austin Hedges. Let's celebrate and let the Padres provide the fireworks.
Don't go anywhere. Just ahead on Padres POV, we continue our ride-along with Robert Stock and learn how grateful he is of our military.
Those guys have done at such a young age, so that I can be here enjoying my dream of playing baseball is, you can't be more grateful to all the people that serve our country.
Plus, we sit down with Tom Seidler, and he tells us his favorite event the Padres put on for our military.
Our players have a unique respect for guys that wear, a different kind of uniform, not representing your city, but representing the country, and that's gone a long way over the years.
Thank you to the military for everything you've done and sacrificed. We wouldn't be able to play the game we love without you, so thank you for keeping us safe.
Thank you to all the military out there keeping us free on the home front. We thank you for all your service and for everything you do for us so we can go out here and play the game today. So once again, thank you from me and all the Padres.
Welcome back to Padres POV. I'm Lisa Lane. Here in San Diego, we are lucky enough to have our military as our neighbors. And what's even more special is the fact that the Padres Military Affairs Department was the first of its kind in professional sports. So I caught up with Tom Seidler to learn more about the many ways the Padres support our military. Well, Tom, thank you so much for joining me. Happy 4th of July to you.
Thanks, Lisa. Same to you. Great week to celebrate America in San Diego.
Absolutely. And thinking of San Diego, you immediately think of the amazing military presence we have here. And we know the Padres do a lot for our military. Why was that so important for this organization to reach out to our military?
Yeah, I think we take our cue from San Diego. No city in America has a larger military footprint, so we just take our cue from our city. And for 20 years, we've become the team of the military and do more than other sports teams out there, and we're really proud to do it the right way, authentically, and continue to reinvent ways to connect to the military.
So what are some of the events that happen throughout the year that the Padres put on for the military?
Well, I mean, everyone's familiar most with our military Sundays here. The players wearing the camo uniforms, again, first team to do that. The military recruits, the Marine recruits up in right field by the hundreds. A lot of people didn't know this, but that's the first time those Marines are in uniform in public. They'll graduate the Friday following our Sunday Marine Recruit Days. But you get goosebumps. Even when it's a warm day at Petco, you get goosebumps seeing those Marines serve, knowing they're about to go and again, put their lives on the line to give us the freedoms we enjoy. Our players have a unique respect for guys that wear, a different kind of uniform, not representing your city, but representing the country. And that's gone a long way over the years.
Absolutely, and like you said, you get chills when you see all the military members and their families here at Petco Park. Do you have a favorite event that you guys throw throughout the year with the military that you enjoy?
The new event when we have our alumni led by Randy Jones take on the Marines or the Navy on the base. That's a fun, competitive softball game.
Oh,
and
yeah,
again,
we were there for that.
the unique respect that those two groups have for each other, the highest achieving athletes, and again, the men and women that put their lives on the line. So it's a neat to see that mutual respect there.
And you say it's an authentic connection. Do you think part of it isn't just bringing the military members here, but it also creates an awareness? I know, imagine some young kids sitting in the stands and they get to see the military members. Is that part of your goal as well, is to bring some of that awareness to the military?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can't help but have respect for when you see the lineup. Every Sunday when we have 9 members of the military community take the field with the Padres, that's special. And like to your point, the kid's gonna ask their parents, what's going on there, and all those different ways we can shine a spotlight on these men and women that serve, and again, help make America the great country. And this week of 4th of July, we celebrate it even more.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for your time, and it really is incredible to see what the Padres do for our military, especially here in San Diego. So
Thanks,
thank you
Lisa.
again.
Appreciate it.
It's always great to see the many ways the Padres support our troops. All right, now it's time to continue our ride to Petco Park with Padres pitcher Robert Stock. Do you have any fun family holidays? Like, how would you guys spend 4th of July?
Well, growing up, most of the time my 4th of July was at a baseball tournament or something. So that's mostly how we spent the 4th. When I was in college, I got to do it on the Cape Cod Summer League.
Oh, fun.
And that was amazing because the whole city would have a parade and our baseball team would be on one of the floats, just like a truck bed going through the city. Huge water balloon fight for, an hour long with all the city members. So.
Wow, sign me up for that.
Yeah.
And if you were going to have a 4th of July barbecue, what would you be eating?
Hamburgers and hot dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Simple American fare. That's great. And so some of the fun things that people don't know about you, of course, I had to do some Twitter stalking, and you said you're a big book reader. What are some of the books you like to read?
My favorite book of all time is Lord of the Rings, because that set the stage for all the fantasy books to come, afterwards. So even though, Song of Ice and Fire, which is Game of Thrones, that's up there as well. But Lord of the Rings.
It's all like going right over my head.
Oh yeah, it's, nerdy stuff.
And then if you're listening to music, what are you listening to?
I listen to, if I'm going back to the 70s, Led Zeppelin. Fun fact, my parents named me after their lead singer. He's Robert Anthony Plant, I'm Robert Anthony Stock.
I love it.
Yeah.
Look at that little nugget we just got there.
Or Radiohead, which is my favorite band. And what's interesting is my favorite TV shows, Westworld, Peaky Blinders, they prominently feature Radiohead in their shows. So
it all works out.
Yeah.
Peaky Blinders, that can get kind of intense, that show.
Yes, it can, but it's really good.
It is very good. So obviously with the 4th of July holiday and being in San Diego, it's a big military town. Do you have any family members that, served in the military?
Yeah, my grandpa, he was a gunner in the Air Force.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so, and he's very meticulous about all the things that he saved from back in the day. So anytime that we go over to his house, we want to show us your travel logs or, your medals or whatever, he's got it all there, and it's a great, we'll be at Christmas dinner or something, and we'll bring up some beach in Europe, and be like, oh, I've been there. We're like, Grandpa, you've never told us you were there. So
he has like endless stories.
Endless stories. He's 94.
Oh, wow.
But he sends me emails about, watched your game last night, I know you're probably sleeping, which I'm not, but he thinks I go to bed really early,
It's like 5 o'clock. He's like, Robert, I know you're sleeping. But...
Yeah, exactly.
And how amazing is it to hear how he served and what he did and all the sacrifices. I'm always just blown away.
The things that those guys have done at such a young age, so that I can be here enjoying my dream of playing baseball is, you can't be more grateful to all the people that serve our country.
Absolutely. Well, this has been so fun. Congratulations on getting the call up, being a Padre, and we're just really excited to see how you contribute.
Thank you so much. I was glad to do this with you.
Well, that does it for this very special edition of Padres POV, celebrating our military and the 4th of July. I'm Lisa Lane. Cue that rollout. Who do we want to be today?
We'll be Manny Margot.
The 4th of July tan.
Dipped her and kissed her.
Freedom in America.
Go Padres!
See, baseball and America.
That's funny.